Welcome back. So what we're looking at today is 1.9. What does it mean? So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So the first two questions are looking at arithmetic and geometric sequences. So how are they similar to each other and how are they different? I'm not going to do those with you. I really want you guys to show me what you know about arithmetic and geometric sequences, about how they're the same, about how they're different. I want to see what you guys have to say for that. So I'm not going to take and run through those, but you guys have been dealing with a lot of arithmetic and geometric sequences. So I have full confidence that you can take and come up with some ways that they're similar and some ways that they're different, okay? Now, what we're really going to focus on here is looking at finding missing terms in an arithmetic sequence. Now you may be saying, well, we've done that before, but it's going to be a little more complicated this time. So we're going to look at number 4 together. So notice we have the first term, it's 2. We have the fourth term, it's 26. But we don't know what 2 and 3 are. So we don't know, we have no two numbers right next to each other to see, okay, how are we going from this first number to the second number? We're given two numbers, but they're spaced far apart. So what we have to do is we actually have to take and solve to find out what our common difference is. Now, as you've been taking and making your explicit equations, I've brought up the fact that the slope or rate of change, the number that's attached to your n value, that value is the same thing as your common difference. So guess what? We're going to use slope to find the common difference. So slope formula. Slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is what we're going to use to find the common difference. So we're going to look at number 4, like I said. So our second y value is 26. So we've got 26 minus our first y value is 2 over 4 minus 1, because we look at our x values next. 4 minus 1. So 26 minus 2 is 24. 4 minus 1 is 3. Now, 24 divided by 3 is going to give us 8. So that means we are adding 8 each time. So if we take 2 and we add 8 to it, what are we going to get? 10. Let me zoom this in some. And if we take 10 and add 8 to it, what do we get? 18. And if we take 18 and add 8 to it, what are we going to get? 26. So it worked out. So it's always good to double check to make sure that it does work out, to get from the last value you have to the value given, to double check that, okay, I really did find the right common difference for this. But this is how you're going to be solving for your missing term. Missing is your key word for this lesson, missing. Now, using the slope formula only works when we're doing arithmetic sequences. So we're only looking at the arithmetic sequences for today for finding those missing terms. But that's what you're going to do on 3, 5, and 6. You're going to take and do your slope formula, and then you'll find out what that common difference is, and then you'll be able to fill in the rest of the table. Okay? All right. The next part is we want to determine the recursive and explicit equations for each. If the sequence is not arithmetic or geometric, identify it as neither and don't write the equations. So you are not required, if you find a neither, you are not required to come up with any equations, okay? But that does not mean just make all of them neither so then you don't have to do equations. I will tell you, there is one neither on 7 through 11, one that is neither. The rest of them are either arithmetic or geometric. So we're going to do this first one here together. So we have 5, 9, 13, 17. So are we multiplying or adding or subtracting or neither? We're adding. What are we adding? How do we get from 5 to 9? We add 4. So our recursive equation is now equals previous plus 4. This is an arithmetic function because we're adding. And now we need to write the explicit equation. So f of n equals, remember this value here, your common difference, is also your slope. So 4n. Now we need to go backwards and find the zero term. So we go back 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. And that's our y-intercept. All right, the next one I'm going to do with you guys is this one here because it's a little weird looking. So what we're looking at in terms of the numbers for our sequence is the number of black tiles. So here we have 1, then we go to 2, then we go to 4. So what do you notice as we're going up each case? Are we adding or multiplying or neither? Multiplying. Hopefully you're saying you're multiplying. So this is geometric. To go from 1 to 2, we multiply by 2. To go from 2 to 4, we multiply by 2. So now equals previous times 2. So remember, with the explicit equation, we can use any term number we want. I'll use the first one, so 1. In parentheses, we put what we're multiplying by, so 2. And then the exponent is n minus 1. That exponent will change depending on which number you choose to use. So if you used 4, let's say, you would have had 4 times 2 to the power of n minus 3 because 4 was the third term. All right, so this is what you guys are working on today. So determining whether or not you have an arithmetic, geometric, or neither kind of sequence, writing those recursive and explicit equations. Remember, in 7 through 11, there is one that's neither. And I did 2 of these for you. So you've only got 3 left to figure out, and one of them is neither. So you won't have to do equations for it. So that'll be a little easier. And then remember, your keyword is missing, because we're finding those missing terms using slope. So hopefully you have that slope equation down. It's very, very helpful to know. All right, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.